What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is gonna be a brand new segment on this channel. It's basically me reviewing the classic WWE pay-per-views. I got the WWE Network, whether it's a pay-per-view from the 80s, the 90s, Ruthless, like New Jam era, Ruthless Aggression era, Rock and Roll era, and the PG era from basically the 2010s. I will do him. So the first on this installment, I'm going to review WWE Extreme Rules 2009, the first ever Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I'll get to the backstory shortly. The date for the show was the 7th of June 2009. The venue for this event was at the New Orleans Arena. Right now it's called the the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. The attendance for the show was 9,124, and the pay-per-view buy rates for the show was 213,000 buys, up from the final One Night Stand pay-per-view from 2008. They got 194,000 buys. Here's the backstory. The backstory for this, between 2005 to 2008, they've been doing the one night stand shows. Like the first 2 years, it was like the 2005. That was just a solo ECW show, and then between 06, 07, and 08, it's been really a free branded pay-per-view. And then and then I'm guessing like the last the last One Night Stand show in 2008, they call it One Night Stand Extreme Rules, and then I think they decided to ditch the One Night Stand Rules name and just call it Extreme Rules. I think the reason why they call it Extreme Rules, I think it's more of a strong name than One Night Stand. Don't get me wrong, it's a good name. It's a good pay-per-view. I like those pay-per-views, but I think with Extreme Rules, it's more of a strong enough name for a hardcore pay-per-view. And then they've been doing gimmick. 2008, started doing gimmick pay-per-views. That could be the reason, play a massive part, because it's a hardcore show, a hardcore pay-per-view. I feel like Extreme Rules is more of a strong enough name for a pay-per-view. Don't get me wrong about One Night Stand, it's good. Anyway, and this is the last time this is the last time will be this pay-per-view known as Extreme Rules is a trio brand pay-per-view before ECW brand was disbanded in February of 2010, and like for the past 10 years it's been mostly a Raw and SmackDown show. Before the second brand split. Anyway, and then I'm not going to get into it. Another topic for another time. Anyway, so the commentators for this show: on Raw, we got Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler. On SmackDown, we got good old JR Jim Ross and Todd Grissom. And on the ECW side, we got Josh Matthews and Matt Striker. I'm gonna do a quick result in the dark match. The dark match, we got a tag team divas match. Kelly and Mickie James defeating Beth Phoenix and Rosa Mendes. So, anyways, the first match to kick off the main show, we got a fatal four-way match for the United States Championship. The newly crowned United States Champion Kofi Kingston, backstory shortly, defending the belt against Matt Hardy, MVP, and William Regal. Why did I say Kofi Kingston is the new United States Champion? They had this match on a Raw before the pay-per-view. You had Kofi Kingston defeating the former United States Champion MVP for the title. That's the reason why I say he was the new crownly United States Champion. Matt Hardy had like a bandage. One of his hand was bandaged. I'm guessing he got injured. You had William Regal. Basically, in the start of this match, you had like Regal and Matt Hardy are heels, because Matt is still the heel after his feud with his brother Jeff ended, and then you got Kofi Kingston still Jamaican and MVP are the babyfaces. You had basically the start of the match, you had the heels ganging up on the babyfaces. One more of the match, you had MVP and Kofi I think they're about to do a suplex, and Regal countered it into a suplex powerbomb combo, and that didn't look very good. Yeah, I had to like the funny spot. Yeah, Kofi did the he kind of body slammed Regal onto Matt Hardy. Did the boom drop, the boom drop, on both Regal and Matt Hardy, and then also you had MVP did the ball in. In the end, Kofi Kingston hit William Regal with the Trouble in Paradise to win this match and retain his United States Championship. It makes sense because he just won the belt. Six days before the pay-per-view. Yeah, it said on Wikipedia it was 6 minutes, but it's more than 6 minutes. I feel like it was a 10-minute match, but this was a good opener. Okay, and then we got a no holds barred match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We got Rey Mysterio defending the belt against Chris Jericho. They had a match at Judgment Day. Mysterio won. And also the build up to the match at Extreme Rules, you had Jericho attack Mysterio when Jericho, disguised as a Rey Mysterio fan, he was trying to rip basically ripping the mask off and expose Rey Mysterio what he is. Doing the story like he's a fraud. I think like in this match, he didn't walk to the ring with his entrance. He came through the crowd, really referring Mysterio as a hypocrite and a liar. He went through the crowd. It was funny. The fans keep touching Chris Jericho. Say, "Don't touch me, I'll knock you out." Basically, in this match, he wanted to rip Rey Mysterio's mask off. Yeah, and this match was fun. A really fun, hot no barred match. One moment of the match, you had basically Mysterio was about to go for the 619. He was going for the springboard dive, but Jericho countered it into the cold breaker. Let me see. There was like a chair, like a table, like a chair spot. Like Jericho, like one moment of the match, you had Jericho locked in the cold breaker. Locked in the cold breaker onto Mysterio, and Mysterio grabbed the chair, hit Jericho with the head of it. This is like years before they banned the chair shot to the head. And also I was like during this match, he's trying to rip up Jericho's trying to attempt to remove the mask of Rey Mysterio. In the end, Mysterio was about to go for another 619. I'm guessing missed Rey's mask fall off, or really Jericho able to grab his mask, hit him with really did a quick cover, like a small package to win this match, and Jericho become a 9-time Intercontinental Champion and made it 10 a decade later, winning the belt at New Japan. So really good match, and the rivalry had a rubber match. It had a rubber match because the next month's pay-per-view, really a few weeks later at the Bash, they did title versus mask match. Mysterio won the feud, and that's another story for another time. So yeah, this was a really good match between Mysterio and Jericho. Then we got CM Punk versus Umaga, and this is in a Samoan strap match. This was a crap match, man. They had a match at Judgment Day. Umaga won, so CM Punk needs to win this to, get his win back. And, I hate these strap matches, like rope matches, strap matches. Hate it. You have to do the 4 corners, and every time a wrestler do a bump, that means you have to start it all over again, touching the 4 corners. I hate that. They used the ropes, like Umaga, smacking CM Punk with the rope. In the end, Punk hit Umaga with the GTS, touched the final turnbuckle, and won this match. And by the way, this is Umaga's final WWE pay-per-view appearance. His real name is Eddie Fatu. The day before this pay-per-view, he violated the wellness policy and got released on the 8th of June. And, I think he did it before. He did it again. I don't know what year, but he did it for the second time. So, yeah, he got dismissal. He had a run in, in his lifetime, he had a run in the World Wrestling Council that is in the Colon territory in Puerto Rico. And then here's the sad news, man. Unfortunately, Eddie Fatu, better known as Umaga, died. He died of a heart attack in Houston, Texas. He died of heart attack. You know, he had blood. You know, he had multiple drugs in his system, and he died at the age of 30, man. It's a damn shame. Like, Umaga never reached those heights, winning the world title. You know, the only title he won in WWE was really the Intercontinental title. He's won it twice. Besides that, he's never won ever since. You know, he's never. You know, they dropped the ball. You know, they give him sort of a mini push, an undefeated streak. Lost to John Cena. A big high-profile WrestleMania match was at WrestleMania 23, but after that, he never reached those same heights ever again. Okay, and then we got a triple threat match for the ECW Championship. A triple threat hardcore match for the ECW title. Christian defending the belt against the former ECW champion, Jack Swagger, and Tommy Dreamer. You know, like, and this built around, if Dreamer lost this match, this will be his final appearance, you know. Because they did, you know, in the interview backstage, Christian, like, they both, Christian and Swagger, Christian and Dreamer kind of like joke around. They kind of, bit of a heated confrontation. And then you had Jack Swagger's about to enter, about to say something. Both Christian and Dreamer left the ring. Yeah, this, and the really funny part, the ring announcers mentioned Jack Swagger's name, and the people in New Orleans booing Swagger. That was funny. Anyway, this match was fun. A really fun ECW, a really fun triple threat match. Really good, you know. They're like cans, kendo sticks, you know. Like, I think Dreamer did the Dreamer did like a rolling center, really a senton. I think he did a one of the trash can. I think they did like a spot with the you know, a super, you know, I think Swagger did a suplex onto Dreamer onto the piles of trash cans. You know, Christian did a drop kick onto Swagger while he was upside down, placing that like trash can near his face. Unfortunately, no blood. Otherwise, the fans booed because at the time they banned blood. In the end, you know, Swagger was about to hit Christian with the gun wrench powerbomb, but Dreamer hit him with the crotch, hit the DDT on Swagger, and yeah, Dreamer became the ECW champion for the second time. The reason why second time, because he won the ECW title. This was way back when ECW was a proper promotion. This was way back in 2000. I checked on Wikipedia that he won the title on a pay-per-view called Cyber Slam, and then he went on to lose the belt the same night to Just Incredible. It took him 9 years to win the ECW title. He won it in the WWE's version of ECW. He defended it at the next pay-per-view known as the Bash in the last ever Championship Scramble match, and then dropped it to Christian at Night of Champions, and he left the company months later. And yeah, this was a really good, fun triple threat match. And then we got one of the worst matches of the show. We got, you know, Santina Marella versus Chavo and Vicky Guerrero in a handicap hog pen match. It was just it originally supposed to be just Santina and Vicky, but instead he added Chavo in the last minute. I'll get to it shortly. And this is for the title of Miss WrestleMania, because this crappy storyline with Santino dressed up like a woman known as Santina, his sister, won the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25. Yeah, I think he got, I don't know, I think he lost the title to Vicky, or Vicky stripped Santino of the title of Miss WrestleMania. So this is more of a segment more than a match, you know, like Vicky chose Chavo to go into the hog pen, and Chavo like said like, I can't do it, I'm not ready. He doesn't want to get his clothes get dirty. And this match was so fucking bad. They were wrestling around mud. I think yeah, did a big the Santina hit the back body drop onto Chavo. You gotta throw him into the part with the hay with the pigs, and the pigs kind of back off. They didn't do nothing. The pigs, they just back off when Chavo landed into the hay. Vicky got into it, and I think she got covered in mud. She was screaming. That was funny, but it was horrible at the same time. Yep, Santina won this match and got her title of Miss WrestleMania. Afterwards, you had Vicky and Chavo distraught, and before that, you had Vicky and Chavo prepare. Chavo's preparing Vicky for the hog pie match. Before this match started, he had basically did the boxing punches with the hands. He had Chavo wearing the a pig's nose, and he's acting like a pig, doing pig noises, because Santina in his build to this feud called Vicky a pig. The fat jokes. Oh my god, it was cringy, man. And then afterwards, Santina got fired by Donald Trump on a Raw, and then he's gone back to be Santino Marella. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. The next match, we got a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. We got Batista taking on Randy Orton versus Batista. Yeah, they had the match at it took place at the end of 2008 when Randy Orton punted Batista in the head, put him out of action for months, and then he had the match at Judgment Day. Batista won the match by disqualification, and this is the reason why they set for a steel cage match, to avoid the legacy members of Rhodes and DiBiase interfered. They didn't really interfere in the show in many ways. This match, I don't say it was a bad steel cage match, but it wasn't great. It was okay. It was kind of like thumbs in the middle, but it was kind of it was passable. Yeah, they did some stuff where like choking each other on the cage wall. Orton in one moment of the match almost got out of the cage door, but Batista dragged him in. Yeah, like every time like a wrestler trying to climb up the cell wall, they kind of pull him back out. One more of the match had Orton kind of body drop Batista into the cage wall. Unfortunately, the cage wall did not broke. That'd be a cool spot, but it didn't happen. He's about to climb the cage wall. But instead, I forgot. I forgot. And this rivalry built around when Randy Orton punted Ric Flair. Like basically, you had this brawl between Orton and Flair on a Raw. This was like I think it was a go-on show before Raw. They beat down. Orton and Flair was brawling. Rose and DiBiase helped Orton to beat down Flair, dragged him to the cage. Orton punted Ric Flair in the head, basically writing Ric Flair off the storyline. And this was Ric Flair's final WWE appearance before, going to TNA the following year. That's the reason why, this is Batista wants to do this for Ric Flair. Anyway, he's about to climb out of the cage, but instead he hesitated, decided to punt Batista in the head again for the second time, but he didn't. He got out of the way. Orton going for the RKO. Batista countered it. He hits Orton with the Batista bomb to win this match and become the WWE champion for the first time. I know you're saying, people say, Batista beat Cena for the WWE title at the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, that's true, but he won it for the second time. He won it for the first time because at the time he was a 4-time world champion. Winning that title made him a 5-time world champion. Unfortunately, and I heard rumors. There's rumors that Batista was competing in this match with a broken arm or an injured arm, but it was fine. He didn't really sell in an arm injury or didn't work on the arm. He was completely fine. And also, people are disappointed because it was too short. I think it was better off being a short match. If you do like a 15 minutes match, it'll be super boring. But I'm glad they keep it. It was just short and crisp for what it is. It was still a good match, and this was the last. And it would never last long because Batista vacated the belt the next night on Raw because Orton and Rhodes and DiBiase legacy beat down Batista. Orton broke Batista's arm, right him off the storyline, and Triple H, returned the next night on Raw to rekindle the feud between Orton and Triple H. And then we got John Cena versus The Big Show in a submission match. This was shit. You know, this rekindled. They had a feud way back in 2004. They rekindled the feud at Backlash 2 months ago. We had like Big Show chokeslam Cena through the into the lights, the stage lights. This was during his match with Edge, and then he had the match at Judgment Day, when Cena beat Big Show clean. And the build up to this match, the submission match, is Cena's trying to lock in the STF on the Big Show, but he couldn't do it because he was big. And like during this time, you know, Big Show's knocking out Cena, locked in with the Colossal Clutch, better known as the Big Show's version of the Camel Clutch. That is the build up to this match. And you know, yeah, very boring. You know, both Cena and Big Show trying to lock in submission holds. It was just like, oh my god. Very boring. In the end, Cena kind of wrapped one of Big Show's leg onto the rope and locked in the STF and tapped out. Yeah, it was the most entertaining thing in the end, but besides that, it was boring. I'm glad they end the feud. I think this feud was a filler, and after that, Cena, you know, had another feud, a filler feud with The Miz, and then throughout the rest of the year, he was in the WWE title picture. And went, you know, starting the feud with Orton, and then dropping the belt to Sheamus, you know. And Big Show, you know, Big Show went on to tag team with Chris Jericho. You know, I'll get to more stories later on. And then we got the main event. The main event, we got a ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We got Edge defending the belt against Jeff Hardy. You know, because paper sounds like a good idea because they had history, you know, going back to the days in the TLC days, way back in the Attitude Era. And this was physical. And here's a fact and trivia. When Jeff Hardy won the WWE title for the first time, the first person he beat in that match at Armageddon in the Triple Threat match was Edge. And yeah, they had the match at Extreme Rules. No, they had the match at the Royal Rumble a couple months back, and then you know, Matt turned on Jeff, set up their feud at WrestleMania. They rekindled that feud months ago. They had the match at Edge won the first match at Judgment Day. So this is basically the rubber match between Jeff and Edge. Man, I'm going to blank here. Very physical. Like one more of the match, I think Jeff hit like a net breaker onto Edge on the steel steps outside of the ring. He did like a willow to the wisp or whisper to the wind on top of the bigger ladder. That was cool. He did like you know, Jeff was going for receive the belt while the ladder was knocked off. He was dangling on top of the belt. He kind of yanked him off, and Jeff hit his head on the top of the edge of the tip of the ladder. He didn't got injured, but he was okay. They were fighting on the ladder, and then the ladder tipped over and set flying both Edge and Jeff Hardy, and crashed into another ladder place on the edge of the ring apron. That was sick. In the end, you know, also Jeff Hardy hit the Twist of Fate onto the ladder. He hit the Twist of Fate on Edge off the ladder. That was sick. In the end, like, yeah, it's really, you know, and also, you know, Edge kind of locked in the sharpshooter onto Edge. Edge, almost confusing. Edge trying to lock in the sharpshooter onto Jeff Hardy while on the ladder. That was a good spot. They got really creative. And then you had Jeff kind of locked Edge, kind of trapped Edge on the middle part of the ladder. Make sure Edge cannot climb the ladder because he's trapped on the middle part of the ladder. And then Jeff climbed the same ladder when Edge was trapped, grabbed the belt, received the belt, and Jeff Hardy won the world title for the first time. Makes him a two-time world champion. Thought this is going off the air, but unfortunately, Jim Ross was about to interview Jeff Hardy, but instead, CM Punk came out of nowhere. After his match with Umaga, that was disaster. He came to the ring, cashed his money by briefcase because he won it at WrestleMania 25, and he hit Jeff Hardy with the first GTS, but Jeff kicked out from that. Jeff Hardy performed a cradle onto CM Punk, but Punk kicked out from that. Hit the kick, hit the GTS, won this match, and become the world champion for the second time. The reason why the second time, because the first time he won the world title the previous year, because his first world title reign was disappointed because he was not ready. He was a cookie cutter. He was kind of blind as a babyface. And then winning the world title for the second time set up of his heel turn. I think he got booed at the time. People think it was the worst ending, but unfortunately that's not the case, because it set up the feud of 2009 in WWE between Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, because they used the reality. They're both two characters. CM Punk is straight edge. He doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, he doesn't smoke. And Jeff Hardy, he's an addict. He's an addict. He's getting in trouble doing pot or drinking. He's a drug addict. He smokes. Living with the moment. So it set up a multi-month feud between Punk and Jeff Hardy for the next few months, between June, this pay-per-view Extreme Rules, to all the way to the September's edition of SmackDown is Steel Cage. Okay, and also this, the Hardy Punk match was just it wasn't a bad match. It was just a quick match. It was a good, and actually it was a good one. It was quick for what it is. Okay, my rating for this show, WWE Extreme Rules 2009. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. A really strong show. Like the championship matches, delivered. Like you got the Fatal 4-Way, the United States title match. Mysterio versus Jericho, Orton versus Batista in the Steel Cage for the WWE title. The Triple Threat Hardcore ECW title match was good, and Edge versus Jeff Hardy, and I put Jeff Hardy versus Punk for the world title was still good. But besides that, there were lots of shit, man. Not a lot of shit, but there's hardly any shit. But the three bad matches, you had the Samoan strap match between Punk and Omega, that was disappointed. And Santina versus Santina Marella, the handicap hog pen match was disappointed between Santina, Chavo, and Vicky. And again, you're doing this on you just done it. Why could you just done this on Monday Night Raw instead of doing this on a pay-per-view that people are going to pay to see, whether it's watching it live or watching it on television? And also, John Cena versus Big Show, the submission match was boring, wasted, but they waste about 21 minutes, in this pay-per-view of the hog pen match and submission match between Cena and Big Show. So, okay, that's my WWE Extreme Rules 2009 review. Hope you like it. Leave your thoughts and comments below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man, officially signing out.